Welcome back to Que-pasa-Nashville. My name is Christina Allen, and we're having a great conversation with Dr. Michael Spalding, the founder of Equal Chance for Education, and Tabitha Sugdeo, who is a recipient from his funding, but who's a are you a junior or senior?
I'm a junior.
A junior at Trevecca University. Thank you both again for being on the show. And we've been talking about the importance of undocumented students graduating from our Tennessee schools or coming here for college, and the importance of them going to college and how that long-term benefits us all. Back to you, Tabitha. How are you liking Trevecca?
I like Trevecca quite a bit. Everyone is so nice and friendly, just genuinely care. Yeah, and I think that we have a pretty good diverse population of Hispanics, and just there's just like a peacefulness that kind of.
Do they do a lot to ensure that you have all the tools you need to feel comfortable to study first generation away from home? Does that all play a role in your success?
Definitely, and they did that through scholarships, definitely, and just with making sure that it was okay personally by reaching out to me.
So someone like you that is getting this opportunity to go to college, what's the status of your green card?
So it is approved right now.
Yay.
Yeah, it's been approved for the past 6 years, and literally I'm waiting for my social security number.
Wow.
But because I don't have that, I'm undocumented. I'm kind of like an immigrant in limbo, essentially.
Wow. And so what are your plans after college?
So I'm currently studying for my LSATs.
Oh,
and
wow.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of law school.
Wow.
I'd like to eventually get into politics through that avenue.
And so if you're looking at law school, give me an example. Where would you like to go?
I'd love to go to Yale.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm looking at Ivy League because private schools would be more beneficial for me to go to if I'm still struggling as being an undocumented immigrant.
And so, yeah, let's talk about that. Obviously, the federal funding will not support undocumented or give you a break because they're out of state. It's all federally funded. So you have to go to all these private universities.
Our students are all in private universities, and we're in 7 now. And we've gone and really just negotiated or asked for help with the different schools, and they've been very, very generous.
Well, I remember when, I know we have Belmont and Lipscomb and Trevecca and Cumberland University,
Yes.
all are very active in seeking undocumented because they can do that. They raise the funds to get them in school. They realize the importance. They realize the importance because they themselves may not be diverse, and they realize
Yes.
that's a component for their current students, a disadvantage for their current students, as well as the opportunity to bring in our new demographic shift that happened in Tennessee. So
Right.
do you find that the willingness from these universities to work with you?
They've been terrific. They really have, and given us an opportunity to be able to afford more scholarships. We've just got a certain amount of money, so we have to stop at some point, but they've been incredibly generous.
So what are the requirements if someone's going to apply for a scholarship?
For one of our scholarships, they must be have plans to finish high school or have finished high school.
Okay.
They have to have a B average or better. We want them to have a definite career goal. By that we mean a meaningful career goal. When they finish, we want to have a diploma and a job.
Wow.
In other words, my love is Italian architecture from the Renaissance. No one will pay for me to give lectures on that. I've given some. I think they'd pay for me not to give the lecture.
Okay.
So that's not a career.
But you're a surgeon, and that
Yeah.
obviously.
So that funded my passion. But my point is, I can make a living as a surgeon, but I can't make a living in Italian architecture, or I've never been able
and
to.
that's one of the
And
balances.
that's it. So we want them to become a lawyer, a CPA, a school teacher, a nurse. They can name their
So
field.
is the advantage, they're bilingual. These kids are
Yes.
bilingual. A huge demand now in all global companies that with our trade and international trade that the U.S. and Tennessee does.
And we think that's going to be a big help in securing good jobs for them. In fact, we're working on a joint grant with Trevecca for bilingual teachers.
Wow.
And if we'll know about that in May, that'll be a wonderful thing, because then we can provide scholarships for a number of students. They're studying to become teachers anyway, and this will fund their.
And I've seen that other universities, I believe Lipscomb, it's required that their teaching students get an EL certification, which is
Yes.
a huge going forward in understanding our demographic shift. Do your candidates have to be a deferred action childhood arrival applicant?
They do have to have that status.
Okay, which means that they are in the process of being recognized and having getting their paperwork. They're not a green card, but they're not undocumented.
As you know, it stands for Deferred Action Childhood Arrival, which means they were brought here by their parents as children, so they didn't decide to come. They were brought here. And so deferred action means we're not going to deport you now, and that has to be renewed every 2 years.
Correct, but it does allow them to get a I-9, which allows them to
Yes.
work, a social security card, a
Exactly.
driver's license,
Right.
and utilizing their talents to go to college.
Exactly.
Wow, that is exciting. So how are you getting funded? I mean, you can't do it all yourself. How is
No.
that, has that been a challenge, or has that been
Well,
surprising?
Most of my friends have been very generous. and
Thank
we-
you, friends.
Yeah, certainly appreciate that. Then we've been successful in securing some grants. The Bodecker Foundation has been wonderful. There's another group out of California called Educators for Fair Consideration.
Wow.
And finally, the Dream US, which was founded by the Graham family
Okay.
of the Washington Post, has offered us a matching grant, and they're paying for 20 scholarships next year outright.
Okay, that's huge.
That's
That's a
huge.
huge
That's huge.
measurable from going from a couple from your neighborhood to opening that door. So
Yes.
so I know you have an executive director.
We
So
do.
Are you looking for mentors as well?
We are. Every one of our students will receive 2 mentors. One will be an upperclassman in their school and in their field. For example, if they're pre-law or social studies, they'll have someone that's in that career path as well, a year or 2 ahead of them. That's one mentor. The other one is someone that's already out in the community, hopefully successful
Right.
in their career path. For example, one of her classmates is studying to get an MBA, and we have a Harvard MBA as her mentor.
Wow.
That's already out and helping her choose things that I wouldn't be able to tell her, like what's the
Classes, yeah.
best summer internship for you, and so on. Foreign to me, but
And you have a great summer internship at Yale, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
So in what industry?
It's with the forestry school and the environmental studies department.
Is that something where you're interested in?
Yes, definitely. I really think that a lot of these problems that we have with immigrants has to do with a lot of these environmental problems in poor countries. So,
Wow, so that is allowing you to have both that balance of studying, but in real life, I guess, situations and hands-on work and stuff. As you continue to build your reputation, your foundation, your funding, your mentors, what do you, this is your legacy, I would think, more than if you operated on me. I mean, this is a whole different ballgame.
It's hard, baby. I can't. It's all I do every day now. My wife says, when are you going to get back to work? But this is work, and it's a love, it's a passion.
And I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in just meeting you that this is important. Does the big picture of the Tennessee Assembly understand what in-state tuition equality means?
We hope so. We're trying to work on that, and there's a group of us. Tennessee Immigrant Refugee Rights Coalition.
Turk, yes. They're great.
Conexión Americas, the YMCA's Latino Achievers, and so on. We've got a group of about 5 groups. We get together and see how we're going to lobby passionately to the legislators and see if we can get the representatives to vote yes this time.
And as that needle switch, because I know they missed it
We
barely.
missed by 1 vote. It passed. It would have passed if we had one more vote.
We won't talk about that because that was very frustrating. We've had them on the show, but 1 vote less that allowed undocumented to get in-state tuition, which means
Yes.
they graduated from high school, they've been here, and we need them as a workforce
Yes.
development and growth for future, I guess, really for our workforce. So
Well, as you know, there's an initiative in our state called Drive to 55.
Right.
And we're trying to get 55% of our population to have college degrees. Well, if you eliminate 3%, you're now trying to find 55 out of 97 instead of 55 out of 100. So it doesn't
and do you
make
think
sense.
3% of our statewide youth
Yeah.
is undocumented?
Yes.
I think they'd be. I wonder if it's more or
It may
less.
be. It may be more, but it's at least that high.
So, well, thank you both very, very much for being on the show. It's very important to understand the importance of equal chance for education. We know that if you're interested, you'll have the website on the screen. Please go to it, because I think that will indicate how important it is if you want to be a mentor, if you want to donate, or just want to get involved. This is a very important initiative for our undocumented workforce as well as our future of Tennesseans. Thank you very much for being on Que Pasa Nashville, and we'll join you next week. Gracias.